Okay, on the last session of floor planning, what we did was we drew a bedroom. We created a bedroom using a box that was like a square. And if you remember, we used the draw room tool and we created a room and we gave it a surface, etc. Today we're going to do something slightly different, and the reason being is because not all rooms are square, and certainly not every house has got square corners. Now what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days is to build up a ground floor plan of a house. It could be your house, it could be aunties and uncles, it could be something just in your imagination. But just a normal house that somebody would live in. And for example, if we take a little look at this one, you'll see from the top we've got a living room, we've got a porch, a toilet, a hallway and a kitchen. It's pretty much standard for a lot of houses. And if I click on 3D, you'll be able to see that the detail in it is quite good. So you can see in the house, you can see the furniture. We've got, take a look in the living room, we've got some toys, we've got a telly on the wall, a rug. If we look in the porch, we've got some shoes, we've got the dog in the hallway, sorry. In the toilet area, we've got a bin and a sink, and then in the kitchen, we've got the cooker, the fridge, we've got a mop and bucket, and a sink. Now, you'll see that it's not made up out of squares. So there's a number of things that we're going to concentrate on today, which are walls and surface. So we're going to really forget that draw room today, and we're going to work on draw wall and draw surface. Now, if I show you how this is created, you'll be able to have a little go with this yourself. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard again, and I'm going to click on create project, and for this time I'm going to put ground floor, and I'm just going to click create project and an empty plan again. And like I said to you, forget draw room today. What we're going to do is we're going to draw walls. So at any point I can just draw one wall and add to it if I double click, or I can draw a number of walls all linked together to create basic shapes. So it is a good tool, and I'll show you how we begin. Right, so we click on draw wall, and I'm going to start from that corner of the house, and I'm going to do something a little bit similar to what I did before. Use your guides there, they're there to help you. So I'm going via the blocks on the paper. So I'll go across, I'll go down, I'll come out again for my porch. I think I'll come out about there, across, over. If you remember, I put a bay window in, so we'll do that again, and then straight up. Now if I double click, that will finish my house, and you can see at the minute I've got only one surface area. So what I need to do is I need to split this up into my rooms. So I'm going to draw some more walls. So this can be my living room here. So I'll double click there, and that's made my living room. I'll draw a wall for the porch, and then I'm going to draw one across again for the kitchen, and then finally I'm going to draw one across here for the toilet. Okay, but that's still not given me all the surface areas that I need. So what I'm going to do now is just deleting that area there and that area there. I'm going to draw surfaces. So it's quite tricky to master, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. So if I draw a surface here, and I'm going to start off with the kitchen, which is up the back end. So this is the kitchen here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a point in a corner and then move across to the next point, then move down, and you'll see it looks a bit weird, but bear with it, it will work. Down to that corner, across to the other corner, and then up to where I started and double click. Now that's given me my surface area, and if you remember from the last lesson, for that surface area, if I click in, choose material, and I'm going to choose something for a kitchen, so I'll choose tiles, and we'll go with something quite traditional, something like that. Okay, so that will give me a kitchen floor. In my living room, I need to do the same. In my hallway, the same. Toilet and porch. So here we go. I'm going to do them quite quickly. So first of all, I'm going to do toilet. And one. Over to there. Over to there. Over to there. Up to the top. And then double click. There we go. And again, I'm going to choose myself a material. I would imagine in a toilet it's going to be pretty much the same. It's going to be tiles or lino. So I'll choose something like that. That'll do. Right, in my porch. So again, porch. Here, here, here. Double click. So there, in my porch. I think I'm going to have some wood flooring in there. That'll look quite nice. And same in the hallway. And I'm just labelling these as I go on. So in the hallway. It's a lot easier with squares. They're easy to do. And then once you've done the square, you can work on the living room in a second, and I'll show you how to do that. We'll put some wood flooring in the hallway as well. Ooh. Right, some wood flooring in the hallway. There we go. And then finally, this is going to be the most difficult one to do because of the shape of it. So I'll show you how to do this, and it's just about really clicking on each area as you go along. So if you take a little look, we've got living there. So for the living room, I'll start in that corner, go across to that corner. Again, I'm going down to this point here. Then I'm going to take in all the points of the room. So just click, click, click. And there we go, that's giving me my surface area now. And I think for living room, we're going to go for a carpet. It's a bit too dark, that one. I'll go for something like that. Okay, so you can see now I've got my basic rooms in my house. So I'm going to go back to what we did yesterday with the hammer. And I'm going to place some windows and doors. So first of all, we'll put some, we'll put some doors in first. Now, it might be that we've got some French doors in the back, like a patio door. So first of all, I'm going to put them in. Then I'm going to put some standard doors in between rooms. So we've got one leading from the hall. Remember that if you need to flip it round, okay, you can do it that way. I'll duplicate that. Put it there, again, flip it round, duplicate it again, there, then take a little look at putting one on the outside of the kitchen. So we'll go for a door there. We'll go for one with a window in that leads outside, and then we'll do the front door. So the front door might look like that. Again, I'll flip it so it goes in, and then it might be that we've got another one here that's a little bit like that. And if you see, they kind of open different ways, so I'm just going to flip that so it goes in the same way. Right then, so it's about now putting some windows in. So looking at windows, we need some for the bay window there, so what I'll do is that's a little bit big, that, so I'll just make the width a little bit smaller. There you go, one there, one there, one there. We need one in the kitchen, so we'll have quite a big one there. We need a small one in the toilet. That'll do. I would imagine we're not far off there. We could perhaps have another one there in the kitchen. So this now, if I click on 3D, this will give me a basic house that I need to kind of kit out. So you'll see the first thing I'm going to do is start on the living room. So I'll go back to 2D. So I can go to the living room, all categories, and I'll go for sofa. So I'll choose a nice sofa, that'll do. And we'll put that there, that'll do. And we'll go for a chair. And we'll put that there. I'm just going to alter it about so it just faces there a little bit. A bit more lazy. So I'll put a television up. So in this particular house, what's this one look like? 42 inch, that'll do. So I'll put that on the wall over there. It might be that if you've got little brothers or sisters, there's some toys knocking about. So in which case, might be a little desk that the little one's playing on in the front room there. It might be that they've got something like that and a little car. So we can do that. Let's take a little look. And that's quite nice. Quite realistic. So we can see into the living room there. Going back, might be that we put a little rug. So I'll put a rug here, and we'll go for something like a little bit like that. Click on it, just make it a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to just move it about. There we go. So that'll do for my living room at the minute. You can add more detail if you like. If we add some shoes into the porch, first of all, I think what I'll do is I'll put a shoe rack into the hall, sorry, not the porch. Need to make that a little bit smaller, I think, width-wise. It seems to be overlapping the door at the minute. And I'll put a couple of pairs of shoes on it. There's always some knocking about on the floor somewhere. Put a pair of flip-flops knocking about, and then what we'll do is we'll have a look. If we've got a pet, we'll have a cat there who's wandering about, and we'll have Okay, if we take a little look now, we're going to look at kitchen. So, what I suggest you do is, you look for something that's got a name. So, like, can you see that's called proactive? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to type there, proactive. And nothing works at the minute. Okay, so there must be a reason why. So I'll do the other stuff first then. Cooker. So if I put a cooker in, nothing overly special, just a normal cooker. That's all I've got. And then put in a fridge. Okay, normal fridge freezer will do for me. Here we go. White fridge freezer there. Proactive. Yeah, that was what I was after. So let's take a little look. I want a sink that can go under the window there. A corner unit will go here. I can move that around to fit. And there we go. Let's shuffle the sink up to it. I'll shuffle the cooker up there. I can put some more units there. Some over this side. Just move that door along a little bit. There you go. Put another one here. Another corner unit. There we go. Just alter that round. And then I'll move the fridge up there and just add a few more details, like a mop that might be sitting up the corner of my kitchen, which is huge at the minute, so I'll make that a lot smaller. I'll make the length of that about 30, width about the same, and the height about a metre tall. And I'll put that over there. And my toilet. Oh, spell it right. Really is important that you get your spellings right. So if I put a toilet up against the wall there, and I put a sink, there we go, something like that. That can go there. Onto a little bin. That can go in the corner, and also we'll have a toilet brush, just to try and give it some detail. Here we go, something like that. Right, so if I take a little look on 3D now and see how that looks, you can see I've got my detail in my toilet there. I've got something going on in my hallway. My kitchen is looking a little bare. I'll probably put a bit more detail into that shortly. My living room has got the toys in, and overall we've got there the start of a ground floor of a house. So that's what I want you to work on for today's lesson, which is creating something that's not made up out of boxes, and then creating surfaces. So that's walls and surfaces, and giving different styles of floors throughout the house, and adding your windows, your doors, and then kitting out your rooms. Okay, enjoy it.